Hi there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Very happy that you're here watching me once again. Before I get talking, I actually have a confession to make, and the confession is that basically I've been a bit self-conscious about doing videos recently, which you'd think being an ex-blogger that I wouldn't be, but I have basically. And that's because I've had a flare up around my eyelids, around my neck, arms, legs and various parts of the body. And the reason for that is sadly I had COVID. So obviously having COVID and going through the symptoms aggravated and escalated the eczema. I am pleased to say that I'm getting better now and I'm back out and about and it's back to business. So today I'm going to be talking about creams, and this is creams which are prescribed from doctor or the pharmacist, which basically goes onto the skin. Not natural products, because I'm going to be covering natural products on a separate video. My disclaimer once again, I'm not a medical professional, so please do your research and seek medical advice before taking any creams. Okay, so creams which I've used throughout my life include Diprobase, Cetraben, Balneum, Eucerin, E45, Epiderm, Aveeno and Elatum. So basically I've used a range of creams throughout my time. I'm currently using Aveeno, and the reasons for using Aveeno is more or less because it's got oat in it. I find that my body is more positive when it comes to just using anything that's got some kind of oat ingredient in it. The issue is with Aveeno though is when it's winter time I tend to use more of it, and that's basically because it's not a thick cream. So there could be times, especially around my ankles, where I'm creaming myself sort of 3 to 4 times a day because that area of the body just tend to dry up a lot more, but it's okay in the summer. And the reason why I prefer that cream rather than to a really thick ointment is I find that with really thick ointments they tend to block the pores in the skin, and when the pores of the skin is blocked, what happens is that these bumps then come up on the skin, which looks a bit weird and a bit unusual. So that's more or less the reasons why I currently use Aveeno. I have experimented with natural products in the past. It may be something I revert back to, considering that winter is coming up soon. So I may revert back to that from experimenting, who knows, but I'm going to be talking more about my experience in natural products in any way. Just thinking about the creams I used in the past, so the Diprobase, the Cetraben, not too bad really. Eucerin, that was okay to use. E45, I just tend to dry out the skin quite quickly. Epiderm, very thick, and I used that as part of my wet back treatment. I think that was the one which caused the pores to block and the bumps to come up on the skin. So that's where I kind of gathered as well that, for me that it's not ideal because I don't like blocking the pores of the skin. Aqueous cream I more or less used when I was a child, so not something I thought about reverting back to, but when I was a child I just seemed to use it and get on with it. So yeah, so that's my experience with aqueous cream. And I find that products which has got paraffin in it tend not to mix with me. So the Epiderm was one for sure, and I think the Elatum was another one as well. So I find that basically the creams and the bath things which has got paraffin in it, it tends to make my skin flake and go a bit ashy for some reason. Not too sure why that is. I think maybe my skin just doesn't mix with paraffin, so I tend to avoid any creams or products which has got paraffin in it, and that does include Vaseline as well. So that's basically my experience with using creams onto my skin. I'm going to be talking about natural products in a separate video, so I'm going to leave things there. Thank you very much for joining me on this video. I look forward to seeing you in future ones. Take care, stay blessed.